Hello, my name is Leslie Williams and I am in San Diego. Boo! Hi, I decided to act a little bit goofy. This is going to be in part a comedy video. But in reference to the proof I'm about to transfer to you, there's nothing funny about it. Because what I do is I formed to expose the truth concerning the factual realities of this organized stalking expedition that's happening towards me in San Diego. Now, ask yourself this question. Say if you're in a place or on a bus. Excuse me. Sorry. Say if you're on a bus. Excuse me, please. Sorry. I just got to drinking some Canada Dry. I don't normally act like this at all. It's just that, it's almost mind-boggling in a way. And I do apologize for burping. I don't act like that, trust me. But it's not often that I can just be goofy, silly, and not have to worry about what people might think. And if anybody wants to call me a slob for burping in the privacy of my own home, I'm sorry. But I'm sorry. That's not what this video is about. What this video is about is literally, in all seriousness, is helping fellow San Diegoans, fellow Californians, and fellow Americans understand that I do what I do. There are a lot of unspoken heroes out there, okay, in America, anywhere from individuals that are in the military that are truly fighting for us, even though most military members are duped into believing they are fighting for us in reference to the safety of our country. And even though there are factual threats out there concerning us, a lot of the expeditions when it comes to the military are basically nothing. All wars are about money, so most of them are. So, all you got to do is do the math to realize that in World War II, did you know that our corporations were literally supplying a lot of the tanks and everything for the Nazis? Yeah, I bet you didn't know about that. And how Bush's father was literally caught laundering money for the Nazis? I bet you didn't know about that either. Anyways, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to let you know that there's a lot of unsung heroes out there that are spending their money and dedicating their entire lives to inform the public about information that will affect them one day. And the reason why, women, I'm not saying men don't, and I'm not saying that women have it more than men do. The point I'm trying to make is that women have strong parental attributes to their personalities. It's innate because we're the ones who actually give the physical birth. And when we get older, when we get older, we go through our early 20s trying to get an education so we could secure our future. So it's all about money. Anywhere between the age of 17 and 30, it's all about making money. Then when we start to reach about 35, 40, we start to really get involved, really get involved in our community, because as a result of having children, we want to make sure that our community is safe. And as a result of keeping our community safe, we can at least cover that aspect in reference to the type of community our children are going to raise their families in. So we reach these milestones in our chronological years in reference to how our focus changes, but it's always about the same thing: safety and security. And I was literally cheated out of my chance to have children because of the organized stalking expedition that was initiated towards me. And then when I discovered everything that is involved with organized stalking and gang stalking is nothing but a coined phrase concerning a template of methods and protocols that are initiated towards innocent human beings all around the world. Okay? And the reason why, if you stay with this video, trust me, you'll be glad you did, and I apologize for smoking. See, the reason why I'm making this video, and excuse me for a second, but I gotta take my sweatshirt off. Hang on. Hang on, please. I didn't realize it. I usually have a undershirt and then a shirt on, and I had the shirt off, so when I took the sweatshirt off, I realized I didn't have the shirt on. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that, you know, there's a lot of unsung heroes out there, and I do what I do not because I want to be recognized as a hero. I do what I do because when you get to be my age, you realize, especially after becoming a target of this crime, and then the education, okay, that you eventually are able to ascertain once you can identify the name of the crime that's happening to you. That's like if you catch cancer. If you get cancer and you go and you've never heard of the type of cancer you've been diagnosed with, you go online and you, between talking to your doctor and specialist, and then you go online, you're able to research extensively the type of cancer you might have, because it's life-threatening, okay? That's the same thing with any health issue, whether it be a mental health issue or physical, an actual biological health issue. We want to make sure that we stay safe and healthy. And, you know, I'm a grown woman, okay? And as a result of what I have discovered, that in reference to who's involved in these crimes, the technological resources that are attached to them, one thing that I have discovered is that this is information that every single family and every single human being literally on this planet needs to understand. I'm going to show you a book. I bought it at Amazon, and you can Google and YouTube the title, or Amazon it. Electronic Torture, Electronic Rape, Technology, Gang Stalking at the Post Office, written by a postal employee. And I'm going to guarantee you, I've read enough of this book to know that this person is not in the state of California that wrote this book. But inside the book is an attached PDF documentation file from an individual who was subjected to the same exact technology. And she talks about her and her family, including her daughter, her mother, and her sister, being electronically raped. Her name was Victoria Rose, and as you can clearly see here, remote neural monitoring is mentioned on it. San Diego, California, Chula Vista. Chula Vista is in San Diego. In this documentation file that's online, it's a document file, as you can see, document, and then her name, Victoria Rose. This is her location concerning where she lives, San Diego, California, Chula Vista. Remote neural monitoring is mentioned right below it. In this documentation, you can Google her name and cross-reference it, and you'll find the documentation online. What she describes in this document file is exactly what is described not only in the title of this book, but in the book. Two separate targets in two separate states, literally describing the same exact identical thing. Electronic rape has to do with the phantom touch, and that is described in the remote neural monitoring file that you can find at the bottom of Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because in organized stalking expeditions and the technological resources that are attached to them, you cannot prove the electronic resources that are being expedited to your physical body, including your brain, from a distance because it's remote. Okay, you can't take a video picture of a frequency. You can try and catch it on the actual digital tape recorders because they run on the same low inductive rate that the transmissions are transmitted on. So, so you can catch the transmission sounds on a tape recorder, but you still can't identify who's transmitting them. Okay, so one of the best things that an organized stalking, gang stalking target can do is try and prove the stalking is happening to them. Okay, even John Hall states that in his satellite terrorism videos. And the reason why they're titled satellite terrorism is because the electronic technologies that are perpetrated towards a target are usually done as a result of the perpetrators piggybacking on stationary satellites and even satellites that are up in the sky. And then what they do is modulate their frequencies down to interface with the bioelectric frequency of the brain and body of a target, okay, in order to be able to gain physiological access and neural access using the central nervous system as a conduit. But that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is, so basically what they do is piggyback off the frequencies of satellites, modulate their frequency down to interface with the bioelectric frequency and the physiological frequencies using the central nervous system in order to gain neurological access and physiological access in order to manipulate a target. Now, The reason why I'm making this video is for fellow viewers to literally witness that I'm a target of this crime as a result of me developing methods and strategies and then implementing them legally. And what I do is I basically predict what I might experience along my routes. Okay? If in organized stalking expeditions, there's methods and tactics that are that you can go to online by typing in organized stalking or gang stalking and direct conversation methods, street theaters, and this file right here. I just had it. Hold on a second. Where to go? Crap. Well, while I'm looking for it, let me just show you another target that's right here up in Encinitas. Her name is Maria Sheehan. She's in Encinitas, California. She's right up the road. She's being targeted as well. She's got a petition online. And, alright, here it is right here. What I wanted to show you. This is right here is called gang stalking techniques. And this is called, one of the techniques is called direct conversations, where they'll get around you, and what they'll do is either interject personal information that you can only know, okay, that is personal about you, like your name, your mother's maiden name, your mother's full name, personal information you shared on a cell phone call or a landline call, and then what they'll do is get around you, and they'll act like they're talking on their cell phone, or they'll be standing around you. They'll be standing around you in a restaurant, movie theater, bus route, and they'll have conversation with each other. And within these conversations, they'll interject either certain words or phrases that they have you sensitized to, or what they'll do is repeat the personal information that they were told to say around you that is about you, in order to undermine your psychology in reference to how total and complete strangers can know these things. Also, they get around you and repeat certain words or phrases that they have you sensitized to in order to make you feel stalked, because they got to know where you're at in order to place these individuals along your route to do it. And that as a result makes you feel threatened, harassed, your privacy violated, and they try to change your worldview in reference to how it's all being done, how it's all crafted in such a synchronized way. In reference to, if I make a prediction and I'm in a totally separate environment concerning where I'm going for the day, like right now, the time, I gotta turn on my radio for you to see the time. I got a feeling it's later than 9 a.m. I just bought this radio yesterday, so it's a bad example. But let's just say let's just say right now it is 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. And I'm getting, excuse me, please. And I'm getting ready to leave for the day. And I say to myself, in a video file I'll make a video file and I'll state where I'm going for the day, like CVS or Ralph's or Burger King or a movie theater. And I'll show a video picture of the cell phone, which shows of my cell phone, which shows the date and time. Okay, so like say if I'm making it on today's date, which is 3/30/2013, and the time right now, let's say, is 9 o'clock, my cell phone that is being videotaped shows you the date and time. I then state where I'm going, CVS, Ralph's, Burger King, and I'll state when I get there, let's see if I hear gang stalker, gang stalking, oh my god, weird or crazy said around me when I get there, constantly repeated. And how they'll even say gang stalker or gang stalking and oh my god right together back to back. Now I just made a video concerning catching that yesterday after I predicted it in the morning. Okay? Now, so what I did was I make prediction video files and audio files before I start my day concerning where I'm going for the day. And then if I catch these things being said around me multiple times, including the way it's said, how it's constantly said, back to back, there's no way that somebody can predict that, especially if they're hearing it every day and it's being caught on digital tape recorders every day concerning everywhere I go. If I get on the bus route 28 and it's said towards me at 3 o'clock, after I predicted it at 9 o'clock in the morning before I even left to go to the bus stop to get on that bus, and then it's said by individuals repeatedly, then I get off that bus, route 28, and get on bus route 923, and it's said on that bus route too. I get off that bus, and then I go to a 7-Eleven. It's said around me too there. Yeah, I leave that place, and I'll go to the Hall of Justice. It's said around me there. Okay? And every single place, including the transportation routes getting to these places, it's caught on as well. after it was predicted hours before in environments that are anywhere between 1 to 5 to 10 to 30 miles apart from where I made the prediction. That in turns proves that I was tracked and stalked to these places in order to put these people around my path in order to engage in these behaviors. Okay? Now when you hear the audio files being transferred to the video files of the prediction, because the predictions are also made on the audio recorder, which show the date and time the prediction was made. Then I leave, get to a separate environment 3 hours later, and it's being set around me. Being set around me in the next environment I go to, which is like 40 minutes from that environment that I just recently caught it at. Then I go to the next one it's caught, next one it's caught, next one it's caught, in locations that are 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 miles apart. That shows stalking in order to put this organized harassment around me. My name is Leslie Williams, and I want you to listen to this. This right here, I gotta turn the tape recorder back on. This right here is an audio file concerning me being on bus route 30, okay, on 11/15/2012. I want you to listen to what I state right at the very beginning of the audio file. It literally says, I'm literally predicting discreetly in my digital tape recorder while I'm talking into it like this, or in my bra, and what I'll do is cover my hand, put my head down, because the microphone's right up by the neck collar. I got it attached to my bra. And I'll discreetly make a private statement. Let's see if I hear gang stalking. Oh my God, we're crazy. Just like I do on this bus. You'll hear me say it on the bus. Let's see if I hear it on the bus. Then in file number 4, you'll see me in a cafe that I went to right when I got off the bus, and how it said constantly in the cafe. And I want you to listen to it right now. I'm on 30 bus, November 15, 2012. Let's see if I hear gang stalking being said around me. Alright, wait a minute. Let me go back to the... Alright, now listen. I'm on 30 bus, November 15, 2012. Let's see if I hear gang stalking being said around me. Okay, now you can clearly hear I was on the bus in reference to the noise, the environment, okay? Now you can clearly see that this audio file was made on 11/15/2012. It began at 12:16 p.m., okay? I'm trying to show it to you without the reflection of the sun, okay? You can see the time. Now I'm going to flip to the next folder. I'm in the cafe that I went to as soon as I got off of bus route 30, locked up my bike, smoked a cigarette outside of the cafe, and then went inside to have a cup of coffee. Listen to how it said, how gang stalking is constantly said in the cafe that I predicted I'd hear on the bus.
some breakfast. It's good.
Man, here. Honestly.
You're not hungry?
No, not at all. I have a lot of money on me.
All right.
But I appreciate it. It was very nice of you. Bless you. I believe that was a staged event because the individuals behind me that said gang stalking, it's on the previous audio file. They get one person to do something towards you and then tape your response to what they do. San Diego, California. Yeah, what I want fellow American citizens and fellow Americans to understand is that this is what is known as parroting, where they will parrot information that a target says or does in their own privacy. Now, this right here is a website that you can go to by typing in this link, gangstalkingjournal.com/tactics/gaslighting. Okay, gaslighting is a term that describes how they fuel and ignite to light up a neural response in reference to their harassment. And it literally states it right here. The basic idea is to let the target know that personal information, personal data or things said and done in the target's home, for example, is known about them. Oftentimes, in ongoing harassment, the most mundane things are mentioned, such as a phrase the target said earlier that morning or mentioning on an internet site that was visited. This is meant to give the target the impression that everything they do is monitored. Okay? Now, you heard me saying while I was on the bus, let's see if I hear gang stalking being said around me on the bus. Okay? I said it discreetly and privately in this digital tape recorder that was attached to my bra. And what I do, and the recording, the microphone's right at the top of it. So what I do is I always, when I make a statement like that on a bus or wherever I'm at, if I have to make one, because I always make predictions before I even go there, to anywhere, even including bus stops and bus routes. What I'll do is I'll put my hand, cover my hand over my face, and I'll bend my head down a little bit, and I'll make that discreet statement into the digital tape recorder that I'm going to hear it. Okay? And they can't hear me saying it. Okay? There's no way they can hear me saying it. So what I wanted you to do, well, now what I want you to do is go to YouTube and type in "Learning Disabled Woman Brutally Assaulted on MTS Bus." In the description of that YouTube video is a blog's URL address. Copy and paste it into any search engine. Yes. Then once you get into the blog, scroll down into the blog and go to a little attached PDF link that's titled Assault 11. Click on it. You'll literally see an email file that was printed and scanned, attached into the PDF link, and that email file literally shows me predicting that there was a great likelihood I'd be assaulted either riding my bike, walking, or on public transportation. And as you are viewing a video of me being assaulted on public transportation, a bus. The reason why that prediction was made was because I was already assaulted on August 17, 2011 at a bus stop as a result of me exposing the organized crime in the system that is attached to these expeditions online. They saw it as a result of cyber surveillance, yes, and had me brutally assaulted on August 17th. So I was preparing to contact Barbara Boxer's office, yes, concerning multiple reasons, okay, that are attached to this expedition. I was preparing a letter, and I printed out her privacy consent form from her website. I printed it out and looked up her information and typed the letter that I was going to take with me and or fax to her. I was going to actually do all three. I was going to visit her, I was going to fax her, and I was going to email her. Okay? And as a result of being cyber surveilled over at USD, they just deliberated that information was going to be forwarded to Barbara Boxer's office. And so what they did was they staged an assault. And that email was, they entered my email accounts and erased the prediction email. But what I did the day I made it is I printed it out, and I also copied and pasted it into a Word document and then uploaded it to a USB drive, which saved the date of the prediction electronically on the USB drive. My name is Leslie Williams. You can also go to YouTube and type in Learning Disabled Woman Catches Gangstalker Admitting Sent to Harass. That's January 28, 2012. I caught 3 teenagers admitting they were put on a bus route that I was already on to engage in specific anchored physical gestures that are directly connected to sensitization tactics. Okay? Now, in the description of that YouTube video shows a video that was made 2 months prior showing me at a bus stop describing what I was putting up with along my routes. What I described in that video, and in this video that was made a month before that one, which you can find by looking for this video title at MS Dearborn YouTube channel on November 26, 2011, shows me describing the same exact tactic on USD campus in reference to how I was being subjected to it by USD staff, library staff, and students. Now, what I described in this video and the video that's in the comments feature of the YouTube video Learning Disabled Woman Catches Gangstalkers Admitting Sent to Harass, both of those videos describe what the 3 teenagers admitted to 3 months after this video was made, and 2 months, December 5th, concerning the video that's in the description of that video, which shows me describing what I was putting up with along all my routes, in which the 3 teenagers admitted to on January 28, 2012. They were put on a bus route that I was already on. Now, what they admitted to, and what I was exposing before I even caught them, in this one, and in the video that's in the description of that one, is what I tried to tell the San Diego police I was putting up with the day after the August 17th assault, when I went down to the San Diego Eastern Division Police Department and tried to make a police report concerning me being a target of gang stalking. And I was literally attempting to tell him that I was being subjected to sensitization methods along all my routes. That happened on August 18th, 2011, months before all this proof was caught. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I just proved to you undeniably that I am a target of this crime. Now, the audio files that I just transferred over to you, the cafe that it was caught in was file number 4. I'm going to make sure that you see the time. File number 3, hang on, I got to turn it back on. Okay, file number 3, shoot, what happened? Oh, that's wrong, okay. That's the wrong tape recorder. File number 3 is me being on the bus route 30. Now you can clearly see that that time is 12. And the light in here sucks. 12:16 p.m. It's 12:16 p.m. on 11/15/2012. Me predicting on the 30 bus route I'd hear gang stalking on the bus. I get off the bus route 30, walk across the street, lock up my bike in front of a cafe, and catch it being said in the cafe. Yes, that I was thinking about going to the day before when I was on the same bus route. So how did they place all these people in that cafe in order for them to do it once I got in there? Because most of the people that were doing it, some of them worked there, and other ones were already